Hey guys, as you know, I have been trying to give you reasons for optimism since the election. Obviously, that election is not how we wanted things to go. It was a terrible blow to this country and to the world, frankly. But it doesn't have to be a fatal blow. And I don't think that it will be a fatal blow. It is not a foregone conclusion that Donald Trump, with his minuscule 1.4% popular vote victory, is going to be able to succeed in destroying this country, in wiping away what's left of the Constitution, in canceling future elections, installing himself as dictator for life, and turning our democracy into some sort of MAGA authoritarian hellscape. That is not a foregone conclusion, and I don't think it's going to happen. And one of the main reasons I don't think it's going to happen is because Donald Trump is an idiot, like a really, really stupid guy. He doesn't have the intelligence to pull this off. Now, I know that he has people around him who are not nearly as stupid as he is. I mean, that's not really possible to be that dumb. So they're not as dumb as he, but they're every bit as horrible as he is. And so they will help him do things that he wouldn't have been able to do on his own because he's so stupid. But they're not going to be able to do everything. They will certainly accomplish some things that will be bad. There's just no doubt about it. I mean, Donald Trump will be president after all, so he will have a lot of power, and so he will be able to do things. But I don't think he's going to be able to do everything that some people fear he'll be able to do, especially when you consider how small the Republican majority is in the House of Representatives. They're going to have a very difficult time getting anything done over there. And another thing we have going for us, and mark my words about this, I promise you it's going to happen. MAGA is going to destroy themselves. These people are going to turn on each other as they jockey for power and as they all slowly begin to wake up and realize that this was all a fucking con job. And they're starting to now. There are MAGA influencers like Laura Loomer and Ann Coulter I saw, and others who are beginning to realize that people like Elon Musk, for example, are taking advantage of their MAGA movement, such that it is there. And that's the thing too. There really is no MAGA movement. These people, there are no organizing principles that unite these people. The only thing that unites them is Donald Trump, mythologizing this man, pretending that he's something that he's not, building him up in their minds to be whatever it is that they want him to be. But in reality, he's not any of that. He is just a grifter. Anyway, they're turning on Elon Musk because they're realizing that he, and also Vivek Ramaswamy, but especially Elon, because Elon was so late to this MAGA movement, right? He backed Joe Biden, I think, last time. And he only threw in with Donald Trump really at the last minute, relatively speaking. And now he's pretending to be all MAGA and America first, and they're beginning to realize that it's all a joke. It's all a con job, and that he only backed Donald Trump in order to enrich himself. Now, this was obvious to all the rest of us long ago, but these morons are finally starting to catch on, and they're attacking Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy for many of the same reasons. And Elon Musk is attacking them in return, like Laura Loomer was attacking him on Twitter. So he I don't know if he kicked her off the platform completely, but he demonetized her, took away her, her verification and all this stuff. So Elon is shutting MAGA down who are criticizing him on Twitter. And so it's just beginning. It's just beginning. And here's the thing too. It's just a matter of time before they start turning on Trump. And that is going to be fucking delicious. And it's going to happen to some degree. I don't know to what degree it will happen, how quickly it will happen, and to what extent it will happen. But I think it's going to start to happen because they've built up this image of Donald Trump, which, as I say, does not exist. And they have much higher expectations for this Trump 2.0 administration than they did the first time. There were no expectations the first time. Nobody even thought the guy was going to win. He didn't even think he was going to win. He had no plans. But now, Donald Trump has made every promise in the book to everybody who would listen because he was so desperate to win re-election and stay out of prison. And people have such high expectations. They think he's going to be able to accomplish everything he promised, when in reality, he's going to accomplish very little of what he promised. And people are going to start to see that, you know what, this guy isn't what we thought he was. And here's the thing, too, that they're going to start to wake up to. The same thing that they're starting to figure out about Elon Musk, that this MAGA, him pretending for MAGA, that it was all just a con job, that he only jumped aboard the Trump train to enrich himself. Wait till they figure out that that's the only reason Donald Trump is in this. You think Donald Trump gives a shit about MAGA, about any of these people? Well, you and I know that he doesn't. But these fools are going to start to realize it pretty soon, too. Because he doesn't give a shit about any of them. He doesn't care about any of the issues he pretends to care about. He just tells these people, and he's been doing it for years, he just tells these people what he knows they want to hear. But he doesn't believe any of it. He doesn't care about any of it. It doesn't matter what the issue is. He doesn't care about it. Donald Trump ran for president in 2016 for money. Listen to what Michael Cohen said, or the reasons that they put Donald Trump up as a candidate in 2016. Oh, actually beginning in 2015. It was a PR campaign. They never expected him to win. This was about branding. This was about money. Then he surprisingly won. And then it changed, then it became about power and all this stuff. But it never stopped being about money. That's why he's constantly selling to them. He's selling perfume and cologne and fucking guitars and cheap sneakers that he spray paints gold and slaps his name on, digital trading cards. I mean, you name it, this man has fucking sold it to his idiot cult. Trump Bibles made in China with his name on it. I mean, whatever. He has sold these morons whatever they would buy, and they will buy anything he puts his name on. And that's what it's always been about. It's always been about money for Donald Trump. And in this last election, it was both about money and about staying out of prison. Well, he's accomplished that, so now it's just about money. It's all about money. And that's what it's all about for Elon Musk and all of these other people. And MAGA is starting to realize that about Musk and about some of the others, these tech bros. It's all been about money for them. That's why Elon backed Trump. He bought himself a president to enrich himself. And these criticisms that people like Laura Loomer are leveling against Elon Musk, they apply also to Donald Trump. They haven't taken the next logical step yet to also attack Donald Trump, but everything they're saying about Elon Musk applies also to Trump. When are they going to make the connection that Donald Trump is also taking advantage of them? That this was all a con job from the beginning? I think it will happen at some point. Because now that Donald Trump is in power, they're going to be expecting a lot. He's not going to be able to deliver on almost any of it. And so the myth of Donald Trump will begin to evaporate. And then they'll begin to set in that this guy's time is almost up. He's a lame duck. He can't run for office again. He's going to be aging before their eyes, getting older and older and more dementia-ridden. And this myth of Donald Trump is going to be breaking down in real time. And they're going to realize that this man, he's the only thing that's brought us all together. Kissing this man's ass, worshiping this man, mythologizing this man is the only thing that has kept the MAGA movement together. And as that begins to dissolve before their eyes, these people are going to just turn on each other. They have nothing uniting them anymore. It's going to be a shit show, the likes of which we have never seen before. And that's one of the things that's going to prevent Trump from getting a lot accomplished too. But guys, look, in many ways, this is going to be very bad. We're going to go through some things as a country, that is for sure. But we are also going to get to watch MAGA turn on themselves, destroy themselves. And I think ultimately, to some degree, and I hope it's to a very high degree, turn on Donald Trump. It's going to happen because this whole world they concocted for themselves with Donald Trump as this this mythological figure that doesn't actually exist, they're going to realize that the image of Trump is a lie. That Trump and his entire persona and everything that he's presented himself as being to these people is a complete lie. And at some point, they're going to start to realize it was all a fucking grift. And I'm going to love it. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Be well.